Hello, how are you guys? So sorry I'm late. I'm always late, aren't I? Hope everybody is good. Hope you're all having a good day. Okay. Can you guys all hear me okay? All right. So, I hope you guys are good. Sorry I couldn't get on last night. I had some stuff to do and then it just got busy. So, okay. Hey, Sugar. Hey, everybody. All right. So, we got a few things to go over today or tonight. I'm sorry. Thank you all for coming. Thank you all for being here. Yep, he will. Okay, you guys remember that. You'll get timed out if you spam a bunch of stuff. So I spent a lot of time yesterday and today thinking about this case. A lot of it. No, Justice, I did not get your email. Sorry, no, I did not. So yeah, I spent a lot of time thinking about this. And I believe in my and like I know facts and truths are so hard to come by in this case. But I really thought about this and I prayed on this and for since yesterday. And thank you, Princess. And I really think that they killed this girl. And I really think that they are trying to cover their asses so well that is why we cannot find anything. That is why pictures of her are disappearing. That's why she's not on anybody's social media. That's why people don't want to talk about her. Like, out of sight, out of mind. Let's just pretend like none of it happened. And I you got it, baby? Make sure that door's shut. I don't know why we can't find a birth certificate. I don't know why, any of this is so, this is so crazy. But I do think that we are witnessing one of the biggest corruptions and cover-ups that have happened in a while. So we are going to talk about some things, and we're going to go through Anthony's background check, and we're going to talk about some stuff. And like I said yesterday, there's, we don't know what Kylie's home life was like. Do you remember that article that Lindsay wrote about how she was stuck home, 4 to 6 weeks at a time, couldn't leave? Let's not forget that Kylie was stuck in that too. And again, we don't know what her home life was like. So we don't know if there was abuse. We don't know if there was, we don't know what it was like. Could there have been? Absolutely. It could be, there could be so much behind the scenes that we don't know. It just seems like the harder we try, the harder we push, RT, they. I mean, the people pushing the narrative, the people that are, you know, containing this story, the people that are telling us that this is just an accident, the people that are trying to convince us that this is, this is an accident and nothing to see here. Those people, they, that's who I mean. You guys have heard me say many, many times before that the fact is that we don't know when this happened to Kylie. We don't know what happened to her and we don't know when. You guys, we also don't know where. Those are facts. We don't know where this happened to her. We don't know when anything happened to her. We don't know who did this to her. Those are facts. So again, I mean, we've speculated, we've, come up with our theories and we've said what we've said. But so I was watching somebody's What's the Obsessions stream last night, and she played a clip of one of the community meetings that I had not heard. I think I heard it in the very beginning of the case, and then I never saw it again. But it was Angela Masalam, and somebody had asked her a question about how do we field this on social media, and she was using words like fake news. If you don't hear it from us, it is not true. She was saying stuff like that. So basically what I took it as she was saying is just believe what we tell you, even though it doesn't make any sense. And even though it sounds insane, just believe what we tell you. And that's that. Don't believe anything else you hear. So even if what we're telling you makes zero complete sense, just believe it and just go with it because that's what it is. And when she said fake, anything else you hear is fake news, when I don't know about you guys, but when somebody is telling me it's fake news, that makes me question it even more. Like, you say it's fake news, you're pushing the narrative, you're behind the narrative, so I'm about to think it's true. You know what I mean? That's how I look at things. So again, that's just me. But the facts are, guys, that we don't know when this happened. We don't know where it happened. All we know is that a girl was killed and an entire community is trying to cover it up. An entire community is trying to cover it up, keep it quiet. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to, have anything to do with it, basically. Sammy said the same thing. The only thing, I mean, that's pretty much where we're at. So whatever happened to Kylie, it could have happened anywhere. It could have happened, anywhere. We were just told by Samantha that it happened at a sanctuary. And what better way to say, oh, this girl disappeared than making up this crazy party, this crazy wild party with a bunch of drugs and alcohol, right? So that was your perfect excuse for, this is how we can say she disappeared. This is how we can say that, she was at this wild, crazy party and, we know the rest. The rest is history. But that's just what we were told. If we have learned anything from this case, or if I have learned anything from this case, it's don't take anything at face value. Like, everybody is suspect until you're not. That's what I have learned from this case. So we are going to pull up a few things. We're going to get into his background check. Now, I'm not saying that he has anything to do with her death. Not saying that at all. But let's check it out, because we don't know. That's the fact. We don't know. So like I said, we need to look into everything. All right. Yeah. Please remember, you guys, hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. It's a free way to help out the channel. The only thing I want to say real quick before I get started. Oh, Saifa, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I want to know who deleted her social media. Yeah, who was running her social media? And you know what's crazy too, and I wanted to say this. They painted us a picture of Kylie, right? Piercings, drinking, drugging, all of that. That's the picture they painted us of Kylie, right? And you know what's crazy too is her social media. I feel like they did the same thing with that. Like, her picture is a picture of her with a mask on her face, and it's a song. She's got lyrics from a song about child abuse. So, not for nothing, but I mean, I don't know, it's a little crazy. I mean, we just don't know who is in control. And the Lodge's Facebook page has been deleted. The Lodge's Instagram has been deleted. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know if they got sick of us digging into it. I don't know what is happening with that, but it's gone. Which is crazy to me, because if you're open for business, why would you delete your Facebook? Why would you delete your social media accounts? Okay, so let me. And another thing is, just look at another thing painting the picture for us is the laptop that Check-It claimed was hers. Here, give these to Daddy. The laptop that Check-It claimed was hers, and it had all those freaking stickers on it, and it had the Virginity Rock sticker, and I said the V was like scribbled out. So again, we don't know what happened here. I'm not saying that, Kylie was abused in any way. I'm just saying that, listen, everything is on the table because we don't have any facts. You come to me, you show me something that's 100% fact truth right now. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I know Jagger runs the LLK account. The Long Live Kylie Instagram account. And also the other stickers that were on her laptop. The MILF Patrol. The Rip and Dip. It was just like, I got a weird vibe as soon as I saw that. I was like, that is so weird. Yes, girls could have stuff like that. But I'm just saying, was all of this stuff that we were presented all to make us look at Kylie like that? If you paint a picture to us that she was this wild teenager, she liked to party, she liked to drink, she liked to do drugs, she had all these piercings. If that's it seems to me like that's the picture everybody was trying to paint of her. After they had said, after they swore up and down that she would never drink and drive, that she was too responsible for that. Hold on, I gotta shut my door. Now, I just don't see a girl that graduated. Do you know how hard it is to graduate 2 years early? I mean, you have to work your ass off to graduate 2 years early. She wanted to get away from something. She wanted to get away from someone, something, some area, some environment, something. There was something that that girl wanted to get away from so bad that she dedicated herself and pushed herself to graduate and get out of there 2 years early. And yes, she was. I mean, they used her as like a show mule. I mean, there was a lot of those videos. Like, if you go to that video where she was playing good morning, or good morning, good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming in. If you go to the Fiddlin' Man, her what it was her grandfather, right? That he had to tell her, okay, you need to smile. You know, she was a showboat for them. Like, people would come over and they would have her perform like a freaking monkey. Okay. So I mean, those are just some things that we have to keep in mind, you guys. I mean, it's important. People, you know, I have people in my life that, you know, we were all over this case, and now they're, you know, they're like, I can't do it anymore. Like, nothing makes any sense. I'm done with it. And you know, it's very hard for me because I'm like, I can't let it go. I mean, you know, we're watching all of this corruption and all of this shit just take place. And you know, I had a couple comments, and one of them was, listen, you can't fight evil and corruption. You might as well give it up and move on. Now, you know, my what I say to that is, if everybody had that attitude, no, it would be, everything would be corrupt forever. Because if you don't stand up against it or speak up against corruption, what happens? You're allowing it to happen. Then you're no better than the people who are doing it. Because if you're going to stay silent and watch it happen, then you're part of the problem. You're not part of the solution. No, you can't expose the darkness, and you can't get rid of the darkness and bring it to light without first exposing it. And in order to do that, you have to stay on top of it. So, you know, that I just want to say that because I get it, you know. I understand. I understand where people are coming from, but at the same time, you know, again, I just feel like, what good did we do? We worked on this case for 4 months, and if we just let it go and call it an accident and move on, what did we really do? All that time was wasted, you know? And even if we can't get justice for Kylie, which I hope we can, but even if we don't, then maybe we can get justice for the next Kylie, for the next girl, for the next case that they want to do this to. And you know, that's just how I feel in my heart. I know, and that Lindsay, um, you know, there's honor in silence. No, but silence becomes betrayal when you don't do anything. When you know, when you see evil and you don't do anything or say anything, then what good are you, honestly? Okay. Now, let's get into some stuff. All right. How do I pull up these pictures on here? All right, we'll do this first, and then I got to figure out how to get my pictures up here. All right. All right, I want to go over this. I found this on Twitter today. Now let's go over this. Now, this was Sarah Connor at SR22 Blackbeard. Okay, so I'm giving her credit. This was hers. But I read through this and it makes a lot of sense. I want to know what you guys think. So we're going to go through it together. I think you guys are going to think the same thing I did. Okay, you guys can see this all right? I just want to make sure. You can all see that, right? Okay. So let's read this. I'll keep trying to spread Kiely Rodni's possible message to Ellie, the DA, and others, which might be just don't. Your kids, you know. There's another minor involved. She may have left you a lot of breadcrumbs here. Okay. A few possible breadcrumbs perceived by a human who was abused as a child. Now this person is looking at Kylie's case and she's like, okay, here's some clues, breadcrumbs that you can use. All right, so let's just go over this real quick. You got to shut that door, baby. A few possible breadcrumbs perceived by a human who was abused as a child. 1, fear, sadness, anger, fuming, all at once, seen in several photos so far. 2, violent body language, shouts, don't take it away from me. 3, she has to be told to smile for the crowd in The Fiddling Man. Whoops. She shy away physically from everyone. She refuses to bathe indoors, choosing a 45-degree stream for privacy. Remember when her mother said, it came from an article, I read it. Her mother said that she had this phase where she would only bathe outdoors. She would not bathe inside the house. Now, don't y'all think that's a little bit odd? That's a little bit odd. Okay. She doesn't like the words she's singing, and they don't make sense, but do. She refuses to hold eye contact, diverts, doesn't have micro smiles. 8, she chooses odd stickers for her laptop, including a hippie's picture painting a cat, like a stop sign. She chooses an odd handle on Instagram, quoting to a song famous for its reference to child abuse. 10, she paints her nails black, multiple piercings, etc. 11, her most recent attire in the photo shifts away from good girl to a more adult and sexed up theme. She and Jay pick out a black evening gown with huge red heels and practice hanging her head from a light pole on camera on pier. Almost a test shot. She graduates high school 2 years early to escape home, perhaps. Isolated in the extreme as a child while being homeschooled. Appears to have chosen those kinds of friends. Extremely low self-esteem, sometimes in the photos. She mounts a Baphomet symbol on her car. Her mother describes an ocean of anger inside of Kylie. Her Instagram picture has a mask over her mouth. Her Instagram posts are deleted. Her mom's Facebook pics are deleted before she is found. She lives isolated in the forest where people can ski in and stay the night in her room. Where does she sleep? She could have just gone to Reno with her parents. The sideshows here, tow guy, sinking car, are to distract people from stumbling upon the truth. A theory of her attending a party to be willingly sacrificed to live forever and not be forgotten remains plausible. Photos, videos of her eyes and expression seem to depict such sorrow, anger, fear, and pain. She brings her elbow in, keeping it as far away as possible from someone while also twisting her hips completely away from him at 8 years old in a family photo. What do you guys think? I mean, it totally could be a possibility. I mean, and we've talked about that. How many of us have talked about that? That Kylie was stuck in this lodge out in the middle of nowhere where you can't leave for weeks on end, snowed in with Lindsay, her grandfather, and her mother. And let you guys, let's not forget the private parties, the people that went there, and they could rent out the whole lodge. So if they rented out the whole lodge, where did Kylie sleep? Where did anybody else sleep? Like it's so insane, actually. Oh, Greg Flatten, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. Now, if you remember that picture of Kylie in the back of the snowplow when Tony was driving, and she was younger, and you've seen her face looking out of the window. Now, again, this is not fact. This is just me stating my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. But a lot of people thought when they looked at that picture that she looked like a child who had, was like again, abused, like had lost hope. She just looks so sad and so like just, this is my life. And she was young. But you have to think that that could be a possibility. Where did that go? Justice. I can't. Okay, there we go. Yes, exactly. Now, I have said before, there is, we don't know where this happened. Could this have happened at her home? Could this have happened at some kind of private party? Could this have happened? This could have happened anywhere to this girl. Tony, her stepdad. This could have happened anywhere at any time. And I feel like that because they had to fake that picture, which again, my opinion, that photoshopped picture was her last known sighting. Why didn't they show us a real picture, you guys? And we've gone over this before. What, you know what I'm saying? If she was alive and there that day, then show me the real picture. Show me the video that picture came from. but they haven't. Now, I saw today, it said on Twitter, I think Harsh put it out, that her investigation is still open. But I will say this, we've got the autopsy. They've released her stuff. There's no body, so there's no ever reopening this case. So they can say the case is open all they want, but they've already come out and said accident, and they've already come out and released this ridiculous, bogus autopsy report. Did you see how Tony looked in that interview with him and the mother? He didn't say, oh, like he said, I think 2 words that whole interview. And he sat there and he looked, I was like, what is wrong with this guy? Oh, Lori Myers, welcome to the family. Okay. Now, let's look at, and if you guys are interested, you can go over that Sarah Connor on Twitter. Okay? You guys can go look at her. Now, he does have a lot of shady shit in his background check, which we're about to look at. Again, you know what? Let me pin this because I think that's important. A lot of people are talking about that. 16 years old with a surgical IUD. Now, I know there's going to be some people that are going to get angry when I say this, but child abuse happens in real life every single day to kids. A lot of kids grow up with it and never talk about it. It is, it does happen. Now, again, I am not saying that happened in this case, but crazier things have happened. Okay. Now, could she have been abused when, growing up, when she was younger? Could something have happened previously, and that's why she had an IUD? I'm just saying. We don't know, you guys. That's the problem here. I'm so sorry, Princess Megan. Okay, so let's go over and look at his background check, shall we? All right, Anthony Shepard Neiman. Known aliases: Anthony S. Neiman, Tony Neiman. Now, I'm not gonna show the possible, people in his life, his relatives, because I'm not trying to dox anybody here and give out their information. We're trying to go over his record, okay? So let me get down to that. All right. Criminal or traffic records for Anthony S. Neiman. All right, so February 1st, 2002, charges were filed. Denver County, Colorado. Let's see. Oh, okay, that was just for speeding. That was February 1st, 2002. He also got operating an unsafe vehicle. March 22nd, 2002, Colorado. He got a traffic violation, driving under the influence. a misdemeanor. November 17th, 2005, Santa Cruz, California. Consume liquor in public. So public intoxication. Okay. August 22nd, 2013. Oh, no, that's the same one. It's because it said charges filed November 21st, 2005, offense date 2013, civil assessment. That's weird. Okay. That's the one we just talked about. I don't know why it's written like that. All right. March 22nd, Denver, Colorado, 2002. Failed to drive single lane, criminal traffic violation. DWAI, he got on March 22nd, 2002. Okay, he also got driving while under the influence. He also got driving without proof of insurance. All right, Placer County. July 5th, 2005, Placer County, felony. It says crime type felony, case type felony other, degree of offense misdemeanor, vandalism, less than $400. So he obviously has some anger issues. He has a drinking problem, which we've picked up, or he did back then anyway. I don't know if he still does. But so we've got anger and alcoholism. Let's see. So there's the vandalism. All right, July 4th, 2005. So this was the day before. He got Placer County criminal felony, inflict corporal injury on a spouse or cohabitant. Now, I looked that up. If you inflict corporal injury on a spouse, actually, you know what? Let me do this. Hold on one second, you guys. Let me do this real quick. All right, now let me go back to my shit. We'll go right back to this. So hold on. All right, I'll go right back to that. Just give me a second. I want to show you what that says. Okay. A felony conviction is punishable by up to 4 years in state prison. This is California, and fines up to $6,000. Let's see what it says. Okay. Any physical injury inflicted on a person. Okay, that's not what I heard. That's not what I saw yesterday. Okay, so inflict corporal harm on a spouse or cohabitant. Corporal injury signifies any physical injury, serious or minor. The offense. Okay, hold on a second, you guys. That's not what I saw yesterday. Let me go up here and see what this says. Yeah, you can't make any contact with the victim for 10 years, but yada, yada, yada. Okay, well, anyway, it's like domestic violence, but it said it's worse than assault or battery. So, sorry, we got to go back to that now. Okay. Sorry, let's go back to him now. I'd like to talk to her, whoever he did that to, just to get the story. Okay. So, inflict corporal injury, felony. That was July 4th, 2005. Okay. April 17th, 2008, he's got a felony for possession of a controlled substance. So now we've got alcoholism, drug use, anger issues. I'm just saying that's what we're looking at here, you guys. Charges were filed May 28th, 2008, but it happened on April 17th, 2008. Status open. So that's a second felony. May 20th, 2006, he's got another felony out of Placer County. Unlawful driving or taking of a vehicle. So basically stole a vehicle. May 20th, 2006, specified to receiving stolen property. Now that could be he took possession of a stolen car, or I don't know if it's related to this or not, but it's the same day. So that could be. But this one's a misdemeanor. This is a felony. He's got the other felony for the narcotic, and then the other felony for the inflict corporal punishment. That's 3 felonies. Okay, May 20th, 2006. Criminal, Placer County, obstruct or resist public officer, etc. And then he's got May 20th, 2000, disorderly conduct under influence of drugs. A misdemeanor. And then October 22nd, 2007, it just says criminal offense description on 5/20/2006 amended. Okay. And then June 28th, 2006, got disorderly conduct under the influence of drugs, Placer County misdemeanor. I mean, isn't that a lot of stuff, you guys? That is a lot of freaking stuff that he's got on there. You've got alcoholism, drug use, like narcotics, right? Controlled substances, like vandalism, domestic violence, stealing a car or receiving a stolen car. Either way, not good. I mean, that's a lot, you guys. So it could very well totally be that she was in this terrible situation at home and needed to get away from it. And I'm not trying to be a jerk, and I'm not trying to be an asshole or anything like that, okay, when I say this. But there have been a lot of girls that have been abused in homes, right? And the mother looked the other way. Could that possibly be what happened in this case? And that's why Kylie and her mother, that's why Kylie felt the way she did about her mom. Why that song in her playlist was like dedicated to her mom, and it was about being abused. I mean, it could be, you guys. And that would make that would make Kylie hate her mother. She would love her mother, but have very bad feelings towards her mother because the mother looked the other way. Now, let me say this. I am not saying that that is what happened. Do not leave here and be like, oh, I heard on CNY's channel that she was abused. That's not what I said. I said it could be a possibility. Okay? And it would explain why the mom's not mad that she's gone. You know, the mom, and you see this all the time with kids who are abused by their parents or step parents or whatever, and the other parent knows about it. Now, Lindsay could have looked at it a different way. You know, Lindsay could have been mad at Kylie for that. That could have caused a rift between them. Kylie's mad at her mom because her mom's letting it happen and looking the other way and blaming her instead of having Kylie's back. Which, not for nothing, but we know Lindsay doesn't have Kylie's back, do we? But I'm just saying, you guys, that is a serious possibility, and that would make sense. Oh my God, Karma. See, that's crazy to me. Could something have happened to her? I mean, no, I don't think that, because he looks like he does a few things himself. You know, if you know what I'm saying. But this kind of stuff does happen, you guys, and I think it's something that until we know, you know, for sure, you have to keep it in mind. I've I mean, there's a lot of true stories out there there's a lot of true stories out there that, you know, you see this happen with people. And I'm not trying to say anything here, but it is unplugged down there. Yeah, I'm talking about. Hold on a second, you guys. Oh, you're the TV with me. No? No. It's an old bottle. Get that, baby. Last but not least. Got it? And no, that one's blue. Okay. Hannah's got it. Okay. In the bottle? Yeah. Oh. Mason. Here. Love you. Shut that door, baby. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I just didn't want him to hear me say that. But not for nothing, but these parties that come through, these private parties that rent out the lodge. No, I'm just saying, you know, who knows what has happened there throughout the years? Who knows what Kylie had, what her life was like behind those closed doors? I mean, we just don't know. But I can tell you one thing. That girl was trying to get away from that area for a reason. Oh no, Karma, you're good. And there's something about that guy. There just is. And you know, they could have just, you know, could she have been, you know, wanting to vent Could she have been wanting to get all this out? Could she have been getting it out in her music, letting little things slip here or there, giving out hints? And they were like, okay, that's enough. We can't have this, and shut her up. Now, I'm not saying, you guys, again, this is not fact. These are just theories because we're not getting any facts here. Nobody is talking for Kylie. Nobody is speaking up for her. She's being wiped out of everybody's lives. Everybody just wants to move on. Do you guys know that I read an article today that was written 12 days later? This article was written the day that the cops said that they were scaling back on their searches. The same day that they anonymously got the family anonymously got a $25,000 donation. Let's not forget about that. That was the same day. That was the same exact day that the cops scaled back their investigation. Okay. Now, that same day, Lindsay was being interviewed and she said, so this is 12 days in. Her daughter's been missing for 12 days. And she said, actually, when I'm done with this, I'll put a link of the article so you guys can go read it for yourself down in the description below. But she was like, there comes a time, when we have to just keep going with our lives. She's like, we have bills to pay. We have things to do. Sometimes it's best to just get back to normal. Now, what kind of mother that loves her child says that 12 days when her daughter's been missing? You're talking about getting back to life. You're talking about you got bills to pay. You know what I'm saying? That, not for nothing, you guys, but if she was abused at home and Lindsay knew about it and Lindsay was jealous of that or it pissed her off and she blamed Kylie, then her acting like this makes sense. It makes sense. So I'm just saying that it is a possibility, you guys. So we just can't put it off the table. Come on, Belle. Come on, Belle. Come on. Go. And not for nothing, you guys, but what about that picture? And we've talked about this how many times, but what about that picture with Kylie and Lindsay? That's a very inappropriate picture. Did Kylie, again, it could be something like that. Did Kylie find out or see something that she shouldn't have seen or find out something that she wasn't supposed to find out? And the Venmo payment, remember the Venmo payment from the Lost Trail Lodge paid Samantha Smith and it had a picture of a pizza on it? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What the hell happened to this girl? Who is responsible for what happened to her? Oh yeah, everything's good. I don't have the picture up here. It's the picture of Lindsay hugging Sammy in the community meeting. It's actually on the thumbnail. It didn't say how much the payment was for. It just said Lost Trail Lodge paid Samantha Smith, and it had a picture of a piece of pizza. We just don't know what happened. Yes, the money was sent. That Venmo payment was made while they were searching for Kylie. It's just crazy, you guys, that there's just so many things. And whoops, sorry, I missed one. Yeah, we've talked about that Venmo payment a lot on here because it was during the search party. It was when they were all set up at base camp, and I think it was, if I'm correct, it was 2 days after she went missing. Yes, everybody, please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's free for you to, it's a free way for you to help out the channel. And anybody who wants to join, go ahead and click that link. And anybody who wants to donate to our family and to our channel, the links are in the description below. Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. But yeah, that's the problem here, you guys, is we're all going off of this stupid narrative that Samantha Smith painted for us. Oh, Patty and Pink, thank you so much for joining the family. Now, let's just talk about the autopsy. I want to talk about that for a second because I don't know. Um, there's a few things on there. Like place of birth was nothing listed there. There was nothing. It was empty. So where was she born? Second thing, it said juvenile. It had an N for no. Third thing, when it named the detective, Detective Josephine, oh crap, what's her name? Strachan, I think it is. I'm sorry if I said that. I think that's it. I can't remember. I've read a lot of stuff today. But I think her name was Josephine Strachan. But on the autopsy, it said Josie Strachan, which on a professional, legitimate document, it would list her full name. Now, I got all this from a video that I saw earlier. Somebody had sent it to me. I think the person's channel is Cass Thinks, but she just went over some of the autopsy, and I've never seen her stuff before. But you guys should definitely go and check that out just because that's where I got it from, and I don't want to act like I came up with that on my own. I don't do that. So give credit where credit is due. Oh, Lazy Llama, thank you for joining the family. Welcome. I've wondered the same thing if it was a home birth. Oh. Okay, here we go. Sorry. The autopsy was done by the what was the guy's name? Dr. Oh man. I can't think of his name right now. But the sheriff is the coroner. Yes, you still have to register a home birth. It doesn't say, okay, you still have to register a home birth because you still have to have a certificate of birth. Now, that's another thing that has come up in this case. There has been 3 different colleges. Like people have said that she was attending 3 different colleges. People have said she was attending Yale. People said she was attending her dad said the University of Santa Cruz, and her mom said Sierra College. Oh, Sypha Klinkenbeard. Thank you. I was thinking about the other guy. And not for nothing, but they put that thing out that said Jagger was cleared early on in the investigation. Don't you find that odd? Because, I mean, first of all, why would somebody be cleared from an accident? And why would only one person out of all of these people be cleared? That could be sugar. So, you guys, there's definitely a lot of stuff here. There's definitely a lot of stuff we don't know. But there are, like that lady said on Twitter, there are a lot of, if you're looking for them, there's a lot of clues that you can get from really looking into things. Oh, jeez. Get out of here. Now, I've thought about this too. I've thought about the grandfather in this. I've thought about him because, we all thought in the beginning that he was all for the, he believed it was foul play. No, if he thought this was foul play, do you guys remember Checkett's video when the grandfather and the step grandmother, his wife, I guess, showed up to get the laptop from Checkett? Well, when she got out of the car, she had her phone, she was filming, and she was smiling and she was laughing. And, that's just not a grandmother that cared about her missing granddaughter. I mean, not her missing. At this point, she was dead. We know she was dead, right? They had already taken her car out. But who's going to be acting like that? Now, if something did happen between Lindsay, Tony, Kylie, if something happened at the lodge, with the family, right? Now, what's the grandfather going to do? Yes, he loved his granddaughter, but if it did have to do with Lindsay or Tony, is he going to turn on his own daughter? Is he going to, you know what I'm saying? Silence cured. I have looked and looked and looked. I found a Forest Charter graduation from 2020. I found a 2021. I cannot find a 2022 graduation for Forest Charter. So if you have seen one, please let me know where I can find that, because I have looked and looked and looked and cannot find it. Now there's just a lot of things, you guys, that we have to think about with this case. We know how Lindsay is. She's into a lot of dark shit, right? We know that she ran those retreats for young girls. For young girls, she ran those retreats at the Lost Trail Lodge. We know we have those pictures of Kylie and those other girls holding those Goddess of Knowledge cards over this weird altar of stuff. Look at Kylie's celebration of life. I call it the celebration of the community. Look at all of this stuff, right? Now, could Lindsay be a groomer? Again, this is not fact. this is a theory. Could this be some kind of program? You got to think they host private parties there. People pay a lot of money. They rent out the whole lodge. There's strangers in and out of this house all of the time. You have a young, vulnerable, naive girl who lives there because she's stuck there and, is in there for weeks at a time. Is that a possibility? Absolutely. The fact that they got rid of her body as fast as they did should tell you something. Who cremates a victim while the investigation is still going on? I don't care. You can tell me that's normal and that happens all the time, and I'm going to say that I don't believe it. That doesn't make any sense. Now, there's a video out there that Nate's dad is connected to, and it's about how smoking marijuana ruined these teenagers' lives. I mean, they have these kids on there, and they're talking about how they were addicted to marijuana and it ruined their lives. This one kid was like, I would steal from my parents. I would sell stuff that I had. I mean, I just had to get high. That was and I'm like, whoa. Like, that sounds like a crack addiction, not a pop head problem. You know what I mean? It was just a weird thing. So, I mean, I don't even know. But this is what I'm saying. Like, there's so much crazy shit going on in this case. There's so much craziness that it's like, could this program that Lindsay was running all be connected? Like, girls going there, these things, you know what I'm trying to say here without saying it? I mean, we just don't know, you guys. We can sit here and speculate for days, but we don't know. But could Kylie have been abused? Is that why she was a cutter? Is that why her music is the way it is? Is that why she had this, disconnection from her mother? She was, when people came over, she was a freaking show monkey. She had to go perform. And, she honestly looked like a child who, and I'm not, again, this is not fact. This is just us talking about theories. This is for entertainment purposes only. But yes, she could have been. That girl was trying to get away from something. Ritualistic, very. Lindsay and their family is into some ritualistic things. The lodge, not for nothing, but Bee Grove is not that far from there. If they can keep this case open for years. You know what happens when you keep a case open? You never have to disclose anything because the case is still open. That happens. They won't have to disclose anything. They won't have to give us any answers if they keep the case open. Yeah, that should tell you something when you have somebody who shows up like Mark Zuckerberg, like Chris Ferrari, when you have all these top elite people who show up, I'm going to say that that was not there. They were not there to search for Kylie. I'm going to say that they were there to help keep secrets because that's what people, elite people with power and money do. What went on at these private parties at the lodge? You know, people can sit there and say all they want. Oh, that's crazy. That shit don't happen. And I'm going to tell you to open your damn eyes because that shit happens every single day. And if you don't know that, then you have a lot to learn because that's a real thing. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he does. I want to thank you guys all for being here and, for still being here enough and still caring enough to, want to talk about this and want to talk about Kylie. And, you know, people just need to, I believe people need to stand up to corruption and people need to say, listen, just because you have money and power does not mean you can kill this child and get away with it. It does not mean that, your kids could have done something and we're all just going to help you keep it quiet. Look at the difference between Gabby Petito's parents and Kylie's parents. That should tell you something. So, I just wanted to bring that up and tell you guys that there is a lot of stuff in Tony's past that, the controlled substances, the narcotic drug, the hard drug use, the stealing of vehicles, the anger issues, the domestic violence, what the hell was it like? And now listen, I know that was years ago. So I'm not saying that that's him today, but we don't know. You know, we just don't know. So if that is what her life was like with these people, that would explain why she wanted to get out of there so bad. This abuse story would explain why Lindsay has no emotional connection to her daughter. Why she shows so little bit of caring. You know, she very well could have been part of the damn crime in the first place. And they, I thought about that too a lot. That next morning, when she said that she went to Starbucks to meet up with Kylie's friends to see if Kylie had shown up there. That Starbucks meeting could have been okay, the job's done. You know, this is what happened. We got all of our bases covered. Are we all good? All right. Then it so they had from 8 in the morning until 5 p.m. to get all their stories straight, to make sure all their T's were crossed and their I's were dotted before she was freaking reported missing. Yeah, you guys, it's totally crazy. All right, well, I don't want to keep this going too long tonight cuz I started a lot later than I wanted to. But I really want to thank you guys all for being here. Please hit that thumbs up. Please share. Oh my gosh, Josefina Torres, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Would explain why she was never home, always camping, etc. Good insight, CNY. Well, thank you. But I mean, it does make sense, you guys. So I think I'm going to do a little bit more digging into his past and see if I can find, anything and try to get in contact with some people. I have a few people's phone numbers that are very, very close to this, like as close as you could be. The only I don't want to call from my landline phone though, because that all I have is my landline. My cell phone broke. So I mean, not for nothing, but they'd have my exact address location. So I don't want to call from there, which is why I haven't called yet. I got to get a new phone, but I got to get the money to get one. But I really love to make those phone calls, you guys. Trust me. And you know, I mean, we need to know. It would get us some answers. And maybe, just maybe, we could find out some things here. And not for nothing, but if she was being abused, that would explain why Daniel wanted absolutely nothing to do with Lindsay at all. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, you guys. So, as soon as I can get some, funds together, I can hopefully make that happen. So I love you guys. Please hit that thumbs up. Please subscribe. Please share this video. Please share it. I don't have Facebook, so I can't share it on there, but I hopefully one of you guys will share that for me on there. Yeah, if anybody wants to, oh, Chloe, thank you so much for the $10 super sticker. If anybody wants to help out the family or help out the channel, make a donation to our PayPal or to the Cash App, because YouTube doesn't take any of that and I get that all instantly. Like, I appreciate the super stickers and the super chats and everything, but I don't get them for a month. So I won't get all these super chats and super stickers. I won't get paid till the middle of next month. But yeah, if you guys want to donate, there's links down in the description below. We would highly appreciate that. Oh, thank you so much, Dilly. Yes, Josephine, Chloe, thank you guys. Everything is appreciated. I'm trying to do the best I can on this. So I love you guys. Stay strong, stay healthy, stay safe. keep asking those hard questions and we might just get some answers. And please think about what I said, because this abuse thing, it does make a lot of sense, you guys. It would explain a lot. So please share this video. All right. I love you guys. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good day, depending on where you are. Thank you all.